What's going on, everyone? I am back and I'm going to be showing off Supreme Machine Magnum Overlord. Yesterday I played yugioh using Nail. This time we're going to be using Overlord using Yuga, and I'm going to be going through these playthroughs with you guys, and you're going to see how freaking awesome this maximum monster is and how to use it properly as well. Alright, our first duel is going to be against a player using Nail, which makes total sense. Nail's the new character. People just love using new characters, so I'm just going to go and set a few cards here and keep my middle piece of Overlord in my hand, passing my turn to the opponent. And I do have to be wary because if they do summon yugioh, I am going to be in trouble. A first on yugioh is nothing to scoff at. It'll put my things into attack position. It'll deal damage very heavy, and the only way I will be able to deal with it will be through Overlord, since I am not running Tribute to the Doomed in this build. I am running Monster Reincarnation, and you're going to actually see that Monster Reincarnation is going to be coming through, I believe, in this play testing or another one. Why did I call it play test? This is not play test. This is an actual duel. This is an actual ranked right now. This is not play testing. I am actually going all in, but I'm able to summon 7's Road Magician. If you didn't catch that, I was able to use the skill that Yuga has. So essentially you discard an Overlord piece. Overlord piece. I keep thinking the Japanese name. Discard an Overlord piece, decrease the opponent's monster by 800, and you can set any monster from your hand that can change its battle position. And I was able to change the battle position of the 7's Road Magician that I set with the effects, and now I got a big level 7 monster on the field, and I was able to do some pretty decent damage with it. Now they're gonna go use their effect right here and decrease my monster's attack and one of their monsters attack, and now their monster is gonna count as a double tribute, and that's pretty much gonna be bad for me. They're gonna destroy one of my back row cards, which really sucks. I needed that, but here we go with the Widespread Ruin, getting rid of that big monster, and now 7's Road Magician is gone. That sucks. I only have one 7's Road Magician, but I do have Monster Reincarnation, which is gonna be able to help me out. But first, we gotta get rid of those back rows. I have 2 of the machine back row destroying cards. We're going to now use Monster Reincarnation, get rid of that Light Sorcerer Sanctity, use the effect of the Magnum again to set 7's Road Magician, and then I can flip it right back into attack position. Now the reason why I have to go through all this is because that Overlord piece is not doing me any favors in my hand, and I needed a way to fight back. Also, if I didn't mention, at the end of the turn, when you use that skill, one of your Overlord pieces does go back into the deck. And I am trying to whittle away my opponent's life points a lot here. That's why I keep trying to bring out 7's Road Magician, because if they do go into yugioh, I want to have a small amount of life points as possible so that I can actually win with Overlord. So at the moment, my hand is still not looking entirely good, so I'm going to use this effect again, or I should say the skill. Yeah, it's the player skill, so then I could go set some cards, and being able to discard the centerpiece of Overlord was great because I did not want to clog my hand with Tudo. They attacked to my Magician's Valkyria, not expecting that to be there, and they were able to clear off my board. Now, things are interesting. I'm able to finally draw into the final pieces, and I can now bring out Overlord, and this is going to be amazing. I'm going to be showing off the animation here as well, the same way I was able to show off 7's Road Magician animation. But yeah, Overlord coming out at this time is horrible for my opponent, not only because they have a pretty big monster on board, which helps with Overlord's effect, but my life points are drastically lower than my opponent's as well. So at this point, I'm just going to go and set a card. No real reason to do it, just decided to do it for some reason, but I'm going to go use the effect, discard a card from my hand, and then I'm going to gain attack points equal to the difference in our life points, and I'm going to discard a card from top of my deck to increase my monster's attack by 200 times the level of one of their monsters. I choose their level 7. So Overlord is a big boy right here, and it's going to attack, and that is going to be game against Nail. And thank goodness I did not even have to go against yugioh, because I was able to close things early with Overlord. Next, we're going to be going against another Nail. Again, like I said, it's the flavor of the month, the brand new duelist. This time I'm going to be going second, and every time you're going against Nail, it is scary. You do not want to go against yugioh, but they have the skill Rush on yugioh, which makes me think that they didn't actually pull any in their pulls for boxes, so they have to use the effect. Otherwise, you will be using the other effect. So at this point, I'm like, I got 2 of the blue Overlord pieces. Let me just discard one, just so I can go set a monster, and that whittles down my hand size just a little bit more. That's great when you're getting clogged up in the Overlord pieces, and then it's able to go back into the deck. So now I'm still just missing 2 more pieces, which is not too bad, and it's better that I use that effect instead of just setting that machine monster. Otherwise, I would have 2 cards in my hand. Both of them would have been the maximum piece that I did not need. So then they go out and they clear on my board again, and once more I got 2 of the blue pieces. So I'm like, I gotta do something about this. So I'm gonna use the effect to decrease the attack of their striker. I'm gonna use Sanctity to decrease their attack even further, and then I can actually run over it. And now at the end of the turn, I'm gonna shuffle back the blue piece again. Now let's hope I don't draw another blue piece. That's all I'm telling myself. Please don't draw another blue piece. That's the only one I've been drawing this entire game. They're gonna use Shield of Sword. My monsters have 0 attack. This is going to be some pretty massive damage, and I did just now notice they're using like a Yuga deck, a Machine Spellcaster Yuga deck for Nail, which is so odd. But now I'm like, alright, let's do this, and then I draw into 3 of the blue pieces. So I'd use the effects. I could bring out 7th Row Magician. We're going to use 7 Rows Magician's effect, and I'm just going to go and the attack against my opponent right now, and I am like, this is insane. I got 2 of the blue pieces right here, and if you're wondering why I didn't set any of the blue pieces and why I just crashed with that small machine monster, is because the Rhino has the ability to make a monster be able to inflict piercing, and my life points are too low, so I just wanted to be left with 7th Row Magician on the field so they can't beat me by attacking into any of my other monsters. I got Solo, so I'm able to block up that big Spellcaster monster's attack, and now it's going to be my turn, and I have to get Overlord, and now I got 3 of the blue and 1 of the center, so I'm like, I gotta use 7th Row Magician's effect and discard the green, and I did. And here we go, Monster Reincarnation, discard 1 of the blues. Now I got all the pieces I need, and here comes Overlord. That was insane. I've been drawing the blue pieces the whole time, and that was a complete anime moment because I needed to use 7th Row Magician to discard into the green one. Otherwise, I wasn't getting Overlord. I was able to use both of the effects, and even with the barrier, look at Overlord's massive attack stat. It is unbelievable, and I was able to do over 7,000 damage with a single hit. Next, we're going to go against a Roaming, which I'm going to be guessing is going to be using Harpies Lady. That's what I was thinking. I was like, because I use Roaming with Harpies Lady because of all my 7th characters, she was like the only one that didn't have 2 decks. So I decided to go and give her Harpies Lady. So now I'm going to be playing second, and my hand is not exactly promising. But again, I'm only thinking they're playing Harpies Lady, and then when I saw their play right there, I'm like, okay, they're definitely playing Harpies Lady. So now I got the blue in my hand, and I'm thinking to myself, I'll just keep it in my hand. At least I have 1 of the pieces. If I drew into 2 blues, you knew I was going to be setting 1 at least, or at least using the effect. Now they're going to go into the attack against me, and they got some pretty big monsters on their board. I mean, they got a 15-game beater. They got that Legend Cybertech Alligator. My hand is not looking absolutely amazing. Monster Reincarnation, get rid of the center piece, and I'm going to set my other Overlord piece because I need to put up a wall. I couldn't manage to keep them in my hand. If I kept them in my hand, I was going to lose. And now they're going to use that new Harpies Lady's skill effect so that way they can put one of my monsters into attack position. That's a new Harpies Lady skill you can put on a player. They also use the Harpies Lady effect to power up one of their monsters as well. So now I can't even really hide in defense mode either, and I'm like, I'm gonna just have to go and set here and pass and hope I can get the blue the next turn. Now they're gonna go and use that skill again. Now my Magician's Valkyria is now into attack position. I'm gonna decrease the damage I'm gonna take by using the barrier and shuffling back the blue piece. Hopefully I can draw it next turn. I got Solo so I can block 1 of the attacks, and now I lose my last monster. So now I need blue in order to be able to win this, and there we go. I'm able to draw into the final, please. Oh goodness, I'm losing my breath here because this duel is really exciting, but I'm just going to destroy one of the back rows. I was able to go into that final piece, and now I'm going to use both the effects of Overlord because my life points are really low compared to my opponent, and I'm able to gain at least 1,000 attack because they have level 5 monsters on the field. And even with that trap card decreasing my monster attack by 1,000, it really didn't do anything at all to me. But yeah, here is the deck list, is what I'm playing with right now. I could probably make some changes to it, but yeah, you can see things like piercing and stop defense, because Magnum Overlord, unlike the other maximums, once your opponent hides in defense mode, you can't really do anything, because at least with the Harpies, you can keep clearing board until they have nothing left, and your Dragon can put a monster into attack position. That way you can start doing some damage, but your opponent could pretty much just wait you out if you're using Overlord. That's why I use cards like piercing, and I use cards like stop defense, and Overlord always one of those cards you want to do as a comeback, something you want to be able to plan out a little bit, because you don't want to just throw it on first turn, because like I said, your opponent's going to hide. When you spring it up on your opponent, it's a lot better, and it can actually cinch out the games. So yeah, don't be in too much of a rush to bring out Overlord. Wait a little bit if you have to, because you need to bring out the moment where you can either finish off your opponent, or you have good cards that will be able to force you to do damage to the opponent, like piercing and stop defense. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about the deck and about the duels and about maximums in general. I want to see you guys in that comment section. And again, if you liked the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, and peace out.